Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your great support always. I'm so grateful for your continued support to this channel. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Now, today, I was trying to listen to these members of parliament. Now, they are blaming Ndindi NYORO is the cause of them not utilizing their CDF funds in their respective constituencies, and now they're blaming at that Ndindi NYORO alibeba pesa zote while he was the chairperson of budget committee, aka-allocate kupeleka Kiaru constituency. And so they are blaming Ndindi NYORO that hizo mashule sijui mejengwa makabro sijui mewekwa nini, ati hakuna constituency inazaweka hiyo kitu. That Ndindi NYORO alibeba pesa mingi kutoka pale budget committee aka-direct pale Kiaru constituency. I want you to listen to Junet Muhammed. Then you will understand how these MPs are very shameful and they think we are fools. Hatuwezi bebwa tena kama fala. I want you to listen to Junet Muhammed. But before we listen to him, as you always do, ensure you like the video. When you like the video, you support the work that I'm doing in this channel. Because sometimes you watch and you forget. So this is just a reminder. As you watch, ensure you like the video. Let us listen to Junet Muhammed.
Budget allocation of 12 billion shillings. And our whole region has 60 million shillings, Mr. Speaker. What kind of country are we living in? Mr. Speaker, the Budget and Appropriation Committee went around the country to do public participation. And they ended up agreeing that they are going to use 2 billion shillings to allocate to those counties that they have visited, Mr. Speaker. That amount ended up ballooning to 12 billion shillings, Mr. Speaker. And the beneficiary of that 12 billion shillings is not those counties that public participation was done on, Mr. Speaker. It is other counties and other constituencies, Mr. Speaker. The Budget and Appropriation Committee of this House has reached to the level where the chair of that committee, Mr. Speaker, now, members of parliament are going to his constituency for benchmarking, Mr. Speaker. Benchmarking. And all of us are supposed to receive the same amount of NGD CDF, Mr. Speaker. What is making our members to go and benchmark in our colleague's constituency, Mr. Speaker? Because the colleague is receiving more funding because of him being the chairman of the budget committee. Let's be honest to Kenyans. Let's tell Kenyans the truth, that he was sitting in an advantageous position of chairing that powerful committee of the House, which you could do skewed allocation of resources to his constituents, Mr. Speaker. Otherwise, which member of parliament here can afford through his NGCDF to build classrooms, plaster them, put windows, put roof, put tiles in the classroom, cabros in the... Mr. Speaker, which member of parliament can afford to do that here? With a mere resources of 100 million shillings, Mr. Speaker, and advertise on Citizen Primetime News. Which member can do it? Can you raise up your hand if you can do that? None of the 349 members of this House, Mr. Speaker, can afford to do that. That can only be done by somebody who has access to bigger resources than any other member, Mr. Speaker. The Budget and Appropriation Committee did not start the other day. The distinguished leader of the majority party, Mr. Speaker, has been the chair of that committee for many years. And he has never done those things. I have been with him in this House. He has been very careful, and he has shared the resources of the country equitably, Mr. Speaker. I can say that without any fear of contradiction.
Now, after listening to Junet Muhammed, I took this chance to try and do my research about the CDF allocations. Now, I just selected randomly. I took the Ndindi constituency, where population is 175,000. And area per square kilometer is 711. Then compared to Kiaru constituency yenye blemiwa kuchukua pesa mingi, a population of 181,000. Area square per kilometer ni 450. Ndindi ni kubwa kuliko Kiaru, but population Kiaru iko juu na 181,000 na Ndewa iko na 175. Now I want to display something here. When look at the amount according to the financial year. For example, I just want to take 2024-2025 financial year, and then 2024-2025 financial year of Ndewa and Kiaru. Now, for the Kiaru, the 2024-2025 financial year is 188 million Kenya shillings. Then when we compare with Ndewa, Ndewa is 197 million Kenya shillings. Come on, are you getting that? Umepata hii? So they're telling us that NYORO allocated more money because he was the chairperson of budget committee. He allocated more money to his constituency. Now compare Kiaru and Ndewa. Kiaru, this is according to the CDF portal, where we are getting that Kiaru financial year 2024-2025, they got 188 million. Then when compare with Ndewa, they got 197 million. MP wa Ndewa atuambie hizi pesa ametumia wapi, na Kiaru ametumia hizi pesa, unaona wa Ndewa amefanya nini? Now, if that is not enough, I want us to go to Kiaru versus this is Kiaru and Kiminini. So I want to start looking at Kiaru. Kiaru go to 188 the way I've read. Now go to Kiminini. Kiminini they got 188 million Kenyan shillings. Now Kenyans, nataka niwaambie how my MPs wasitubebe ufala. These MPs, let them not fool us. We are not fools. Na sisi si wajinga. Kama Kiminini walipatiana 188 million. Kiaru pia 188 million. Ndewa for example wamepewa 197 million Kenyan shillings. As per the CDF portal. Come on Kenyans. How my MPs wanatubeba maembe. I want to tell you today, the time has reached that if Kenyans we are not going to be careful, these foolish members of parliament are going to play with our minds day in, day out, as if we never went to school. These MPs are portraying us as foolish the way they are. You know, they're coming out to tell us that Ndindi Nyora peleka 1 billion. Sijo, nikiongea saa hii, kwani Kimani Ichung'wah alipeleka pesa ngapi huko Kiaru nini Kikuyu constituency? Iza barabara, zikuwa pesa mingi. No one is talking about it. Now listen to Kiaru nini, the member of parliament of Kikuyu constituency and the majority leader in the National Assembly.
In the budget making process has been abused, grossly abused. And as Honorable Mboko says, that is why you find in a situation where 2 billion shillings was set aside for public participation, those who sat in the budget committee found it prudent or imprudent, whatever the case may be, to put an additional 10 billion shillings. But what is more worrying, Honorable Speaker, is that if the entire 12 billion shillings went to the counties that were slated in for the public participation exercise, then there will be no problem. The problem has come because it is people who have vested interest in those committees where they sit in that then use that opportunity to put projects in their own constituencies and counties far from what was intended by the public participation, Honorable Speaker. And I say this, Speaker, because we have now reconstituted a new budget and appropriations committee. Let me be on record, it will not be business as usual. This House will not sit back and allow members who sit in the Budget and Appropriations Committee to use the position they hold in that committee to appropriate money to only their constituencies at the expense of other Kenyans. Because all these 349 members come here to represent people. Yes. Yeah. They come here to seek and lobby for resources to go back to their people. Yes. That is why the people of Vihiga are crying today. It is sad that you would find in a county that was to benefit from public participation, a national polytechnic in a county that was slated to benefit for public participation, getting a meager 10 million shillings, Whereas in another county where a member in the Budget and Appropriations Committee sits in, a national polytechnic gets 250 million shillings. It is immoral, it is unethical, and very unprofessional of us who sit in those.
So starting today, I want to tell you Kenyans, if you are not going to be intelligent, these MPs, they're going to fool us. Hawezi tudanganya, kwani hata kama walipewa 1 bob, wamefanyia nini? Myself, I know a member of parliament who is using the money, CDF money. Kujinunulia magari, kujivinjari nayo, you know. We don't want to send a lawyer wa kunisaidia pale kutini. But the truth is, we have some members of parliament. The way I know someone. Ye kazi yako nunua magari, kuflex around, kujienjoy. You saw them, you know. They don't do what it is intended for them to do with this CDF money. Sahi wana blame Kiaru member of parliament. Na by the way, na kama Kiaru member of parliament alikuwa anabeba hizi pesa kienda nayo Kiaru, walikuwa wapi? So walikuwa busy wakifuata Ruto left right center. Walikuwa wapi? We are not foolish. And the time has reached that these people will tell them the truth. We are not foolish again. Wamelima sijui, wanalimana na huyu. Sasa wameingia na Ndindi Nyoro. Mukitoa Ndindi Nyoro, mtoe tu peacefully. In fact, he has accepted to be removed. You know, hata jaongea. But these individuals wameanza kumwata kusema aliallocate usijui 200 million Kenyan shillings sijui. Hakuna portal yoyote according to the allocation of CDF portal yenye inaonyesha Kiaru constituency iliallocatiwa more than 200 million Kenyan shillings. Hakuna hata ya 197. We are not fools. We are not fools. What do you think, Kenyans? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Bye-bye till we meet in another video.